Welcome to another episode of The Mix with Nene. Today we're exploring a topic that's not only timely but crucial to how society functions: the future of law. With rapid technology advancements and shifts in society values, the legal landscape is evolving faster than ever. To help us unpack what these changes mean for the justice system and the role of law in our everyday lives, I'm excited to be joined by Mr. Cliff Chawanegela, a forward-thinking legal expert. So, if you want to know more, stay tuned. Okay, so what are the most common significant changes that you have seen in the legal profession over the years?
So for the few years that I've been in this industry, I've observed so many changes in terms of litigation, in terms of the system itself. It is changing. There was a time whereby we used to see some things from a certain aspect, but now as time changes, as time goes by, things are now changing. We are now starting new things, seeing new things in the legal profession. For example, back in the days, you couldn't have a litigation maybe online, but nowadays things are changing with the coming of the digital world. Dancing to a point where someone can be somewhere else and be giving evidence in court. That's things are changing in the legal industry. Not forgetting also about the significance of the courts in Malawi. Like there was a time where courts were not that relevant, but as of today, we are seeing that courts are one of the most relevant places where people go and seek relief in any area. And nowadays, you commonly hear people say, if you do ABCD, I will take you to court. Now, but people are now putting trust in the courts than ever before. So the legal profession is now changing, is advancing towards the future. The legal profession is now is it safe to say that the legal profession is now in better hands and it is at a better position.
So what areas of law do you think will become more prominent in the future?
Uh, that's very tricky to say which area will become prominent in the future. But as far as law is concerned, every area of law is very important. Every area of law, people have to understand that every area of law is very important. There's no area which is more important than the other. But just to mention that there are some areas of law which are frequently involved. I'll give an example. Criminal law. Criminal law is one of the areas which are most frequently involved because each and every day people are committing crimes. Each and every day people are doing some things which need lawyers. So I would say criminal law is one of the most much involving area of law because each and every day you go to court. Each and every day you go to court, you hear this one has stolen, this one has done ABCD. So criminal law is one of the busiest area of law as compared to other areas because criminals are everywhere. Criminals are everywhere, and every day we're having people committing crimes. So I would think that criminal law is one of those areas. Previously, we used to have other areas. For example, land law. People used to have disputes in land, but
Mhm.
now criminal law is now what is becoming more common. Not forgetting other areas of law, of course, corporate law. We are now hearing civil cases every day. This company has sued this company, this person has sued this company. So corporate law as well is also one of the most prominent. Not also forgetting land law, as I mentioned, property law. Property law is also one of the areas which are much involving than other areas of law. But in conclusion, to say that all the areas of law are much moving and all the areas of law are developing much interest. But just to mention a few from the areas of law, that criminal law, land laws, and of course family law. Not forgetting family law. There is also a huge development in family law because every day people are getting divorced. Every day people are getting, it's happening each and every day. So we can't precise to say this area of law is what is most common, or we can say that maybe people regard a certain area of law important than the other. All the areas of law are important and they are given equal treatment.
Okay, now let's talk about law and technology.
Yes.
So, how do you see technology changing the way legal services are delivered?
Uh, that's a very good question. Law in technology, as I said, that this world is advancing. Each and every day, the world is advancing.
Yeah.
There were some years back where we couldn't even have an education, as I said, online. But now a judge can be in Blantyre, someone giving evidence can be in the UK, using Zoom, a person can give evidence. Nowadays, it doesn't mean that you have to be physically in court. You know, you can be somewhere else and other people are somewhere else, but still conduct an online court session. That's very possible. So the coming of technology is highly impacting the legal profession. The legal profession is now becoming so easy than the previous one, because I mean than the previous years. Because these days you can, you know, or even summoning someone. Previously people used to go. If I'm someone who is in Blantyre and I'm in Lilongwe, I travel from Blantyre to Lilongwe to summon someone. Or maybe you're supposed to use post office. You should send a court document from Blantyre to Lilongwe using post office. But nowadays, I can summon you today, I can summon you now, and I will send to you immediately after I've summoned you, using WhatsApp, using email, using so many platforms which are there. So I think the technology is now impacting much in the legal industry. Not suffice to say that there are also other areas which have been developed. For example, cases that have been decided today, I can have access to them right now using online sources. For example, on internet, we have Malawi Legal Institute of Malawi Lee, which is Malawi Legal Institute information, where you will go and get information. So if the judgment has been delivered today, every Malawian have access to that judgment using technology. But previously, you were supposed to have hard copies, which nowadays it is an old-fashioned to have paper judgments. As of now, people are having soft copy judgments, which means that the kind of technology is now advancing the legal industry, and the legal profession is now developing to be a better place where information is easily accessed using online methods and using other online platforms, which I believe that is a very important. It is a very important area to also look at. And not forgetting to say that I think here in Malawi, we're also supposed to be more advanced, to say that whenever a judgment has been delivered today, all those things they must be online. But nowadays, we rarely see judgments being updated on the Malawi. So which means that maybe we are still advancing, maybe we are still working on that, that the judiciary should now be updating those things recently. If a judgment has been passed today, they should also update it online the same day, the same time, so that we should have access to all the judgments. But to say in short, or to say in conclusion, Malawi legal industry and technology, I think things are working better. We are advancing, and we are on a better side, and we are safe to say that we are good to go as a Malawi legal profession.
So I have seen that there is development of AI.
Yes.
So what are your thoughts on artificial intelligence in the legal industry? And do you think that AI will somehow replace lawyers in certain ways?
To answer that question, the coming of artificial intelligence has impacted in all areas, not only in the legal profession, but also other professions. You get people are getting now information easily. People are now getting there's things that they're supposed to get from maybe from a lawyer, they can get it from our online source. But we need to understand that a human being is a human being, and AI is AI. You get the coming of AI can't replace the need of you having a physical lawyer just because you have an online lawyer who is AI. Sometimes AI give inaccurate information.
Yeah.
Give sometimes AI is not precise. Sometimes you have you have other information which will give which it gives which are not true. You get maybe there are some things which you go and search on AI. AI will give other facts, not the facts that you're looking for. So of course AI has impacted somehow on the legal profession, to say that some people we know issues about, for example, defamation. Now someone will just go in there and Google issues about definition. It will give the person all the relevant areas about definition. But as I said, that we all need legal status by physical. I mean by a human being. So despite having AI, but AI isn't that accurate. AI isn't that reliable that someone can be relying on AI to say I'm depending on AI as one of as one of my sources of information. I know, but still the coming of AI somehow is also is also making this job so easily, because people will go online, will search about something, it will give them the relevant information that they want. So we can't sideline AI, and we can't also put the AI on the safer side to say we're safe to use AI. No, but I think it just depends on how we use the artificial intelligence. Yes.
Okay, now let's talk about the law schools in Malawi. What skills do you believe that future lawyers should have that they are not taught in schools today?
Okay. So that's tricky. But of course, in law school is a place where you go and learn both physical and theoretical and practical work. So a lawyer in the future, someone who is studying law right now, will need to have all the relevant skills that a person is supposed to have, that a lawyer is supposed to have. For example, you can't be a lawyer without knowing how to argue in court. You can't be a lawyer without knowing how to write, how to draft legal documents. You get so. Just to mention a few, you need to have all those skills. Know how to speak, know how to speak, know how to argue. You get those things are relevant, and they are primary to every person who is studying law. So you need to have all those skills, writing skills as well. They have to be advanced. You need to know how to write as a lawyer, how to draft a legal document. A legal document is not an SMS, or is not anything that we think. A legal document has its own format, has its own procedures that you need to follow. So also having legal writing skills is also very important. And as I say, you should also have reading skills, because reading is a skill. You can't just read. You read a document but get nothing. So you need also to advance in your reading skills. Love reading more. You should know how to read. How to read relevant things at the relevant time. I mean at a specific time, because you can't be reading everything. There's some things that are supposed to get heads on. So you just need to go there and read what is relevant. So those are the most important skills that a person should have if you want to be a lawyer. Number one, you should have all the skills. You should have legal drafting skills, and as well as reading skills for you to advance in your career.
Okay, so what are some innovations we have seen or foresee that could make the justice system more accessible to everyone?
No, some of the advancements that I've seen here in Malawi recently, we are talking about the Judicial Service Act, which is now in discussion, to say that for every Malawian to have access to justice, our judges and our magistrates, they must deliver judgments in time. So I'm foreseeing that in future, once this act has been approved by the president, I think it will be good, because we hear cases, maybe a single case may be taking about 5 years, 7 years, or even 10 years, some even 15 years. Without being finished. So when this act has been amended or has been implemented, it will help us to have a judicial system, number one, which is very fast, because cases will be finished in a very good time, whereby every Malawian will have access to justice. Because justice denied, the justice delayed is justice denied. So sometimes we may take long to complete judgments, which is very unfair to a poor Malawian, someone who is in prison, someone who is somewhere else waiting for the judgment for 10 years. Imagine being in jail for 10 years waiting for a judgment which hasn't been yet released. So I'm foreseeing that the coming of the Judicial Service Act will help us in advancing the justice system in Malawi, and will also go far in terms of justice delivery, whereby people will now have their judgments, their cases heard in time and given their punishments or in a very good time. So that is one of the things that I'm foreseeing that will change much in the legal industry. And of course, not forgetting other areas which the Act is also mentioning. The Act is mentioning about other areas, for example, those people who work in the court, like the registrars and other people. I think it will act as a ground floor for justice. So justice, I foresee that justice in Malawi will now be at a very advanced stage, because this act will implement and will change a lot of things in the judicial system.
So when we are talking about the future of law, as we can see that technology is advancing each and every single day, right?
Yes.
Yes. So what ethical challenges do you foresee as the legal profession becomes more technology driven?
Some of the ethical challenges that I foresee are the issues of lawyers using lawyers. Lawyers are human beings as well. Sometimes lawyers are lazy as well. So the using of technology sometimes, may prejudice our innocent legal system, because some lawyers just copy and paste. It doesn't look good. And as of now, it is already happening. People just take someone's work and just change somewhere else and present it to court. It doesn't look good. So somehow it is bringing the laziness. It is bringing laziness among lawyers, because just goes share your document. If they show a document, you just change the parties and everything. Then you do the same thing. So sometimes it's bringing some of the our system somehow at a disrepute, because now people are becoming lazy. People are not thinking the way they used to think. Technology is making everything simple. Instead of you sitting down and have your homework properly, just go that the artificial intelligence. Sometimes it's really affecting our profession, but it is good, but no, sometimes it is not, because we are putting our legal system at stake.
Okay, so most cases are done in courtrooms, right? Where
Yes.
you go to court and you appear. So do you think that technology will replace those courtrooms, whereby people will just be able uh to be in court while they're online?
I said that courts are courts, and we have civil procedure rules, we have criminal procedure rules, which mandated the person to be physically in court. But there's sometimes whereby you can apply to the court to say that maybe one of your witnesses or one of the parties in the case maybe is not here in Malawi, but they want to appear before the court, so they can appear before the court while they are where they are. But the physical meeting of the judge in the court, I don't think that will be abandoned. That has been our culture, and that is still our culture, and true forever. Maybe the technology will just come in to just advance some of these things, but truth be told, the physical, the culture of going to court will be there and will remain be there. We use technology as an alternative where we want to save justice sometimes. But if all the parties are in Malawi or all the parties are available, why can't you just take them to court? We just use those things maybe occasionally. It's not always where the court use technology. Technology, for example, for someone to give evidence in court, or for someone maybe to render evidence in court. So sometimes you need physical presence. We need to be physical in court. So though we have this technology coming in, but the kind of going to court to present cases or to argue in court, I don't think that will be abandoned, unless otherwise maybe we advance more in the future. Maybe that is when we can think of that. But as of now, I think we are still going to the courts. As of now, we are still going to use the courtrooms. That's how I can tackle that one.
So due to high technology, right?
Yes.
There is a lot of data breaches.
Yes.
So how will law firms and legal institutions protect sensitive client information?
Okay, to answer that, every lawyer or every legal institution or every person has a duty. You know, as a lawyer, my first duty is the duty of confidentiality, which is to say that I must protect whatever information you've given me. So maybe you've told me about your work. You know, as well as we receive information, a lot of information from people who work in the government, from people who work at different places. But the most key thing that I must do as a lawyer is the duty to confidentiality. If I breach my duty to confidentiality, so which means that whatever you told me, I should not tell anyone. You told me about your you told me about your marriage. You told me about your work. You told me about everything that you have told me. I should keep it a secret between you and me. So with the kind of technology, yes, somehow it is affecting. Because, for example, you gave me your information maybe using WhatsApp. You know, these days people can hack WhatsApp. Someone can have access to my WhatsApp without my consent, which means that your confidentiality now has been breached. Your privacy has been breached. You get, but as of now, lawyers and legal and the legal systems, they are trying their best, and they're trying their best to keep the information that they get from clients a secret and confidential. That's why you won't find lawyers on public speaking about your issues, because they know that they have to protect to protect your information that is given to them. Yes. So but the kind of technology sometimes it's also affecting somehow, because information which can be as of now we collect information in a different ways. So the kind of these people who are committing cyber crimes, for example, those people who come and hack my account, have all the information you get. That's very bad. To say the truth, but lawyers in Malawi are trying their best. They're doing their best. That's why they encourage us to have physical meetings with clients. Unless otherwise, but physical meetings with clients are very important, because once you have given me information, I record information using my papers. I'll keep that information safer than that one which is online. Of course, not to sideline the online sources, but the physical ones are very important, because they help us to avoid some of these things. For example, you give me information about your work now, and maybe during night someone has access to my phone. They get all the information that we have discussed about some issues. I think by doing that, it means that your confidentiality, that the duty to confidentiality has been breached. But our lawyers in Malawi are trying their best, and we're advancing on that, on protecting our clients' information.
Okay, so I have seen recently that the world is becoming more interconnected.
Yes.
So do you think that international laws will become more significant for local films?
As of now, international laws are applied everywhere. If you look at the hierarchy of our sources of law in Malawi, we have the Constitution, we have common law, we have Constitution. Of the Constitution, we have the statutes, we have the common law, we have customary law, and lastly we have international laws. So international laws are part of our laws here in Malawi, according to section 199 of the Constitution. Allows international law to be part of our laws. So as of now, we're talking about the UN. We're talking about the United Nations. Malawi is part of the UNHCR, United Nations. There's some articles which are there. Which means that Malawi is part of that. So the coming of international law is good, because we know, though we are different people. Though we are different countries, but we are all one. We are all human beings. So the coming of international law, they just help us to be at the same level with other people. For example, when you talk about the international, it's more about human rights. So the rights that we enjoy in Malawi, they may also be the same as that the people enjoy in the US or other countries. So the coming of international law, sometimes it is just heavy in Malawi to be at the same spot with other states, and for us to operate in the same in the same spirit. As you know that we are all one as Africa, we are all one as the whole. So the coming of international law, it is there to just help us to not to violate those international law principles, for us to be equal with other people from other states. You get, for example, because some of the rest that you enjoy here in Malawi, for example, Life to Life is you go to Zambia, you go to South Africa, you enjoy the same rights. So sometimes the international helps us to recognize some of the rights that we have, and also some of the privileges that we should enjoy as human beings.
So, what initiatives or strategies you think will help create a more equitable legal system?
Strategies that will help us to create a good ecosystem. As I said, enacting of laws which will be fair to everyone. Of course, laws can't be fair to everyone, but enacting laws which will help our judicial system to be more effective. You get, for example, punishing all the corrupt judges. You know that by doing that, will improve our legal system. Number two, by enacting laws which will help us to fasten the justice system in Malawi. Because as I said, that our system in Malawi, it delays so much, it drags so much. So if you can have laws which can help to fasten our judicial system in Malawi, that will also be better. And if it also we also increase the workforce, because the judges and the magistrates in Malawi, there are very few. If you can have more of them for the cases to be fast as well, that can also help. Another way is to have more courts. You know, courts here in Malawi. Of course, we have many, but they're not even adequate. If you can have more courts, it means that we reduce, because there may be maybe one magistrate in a certain area that handle cases maybe from various, from different areas. So maybe it should be every for example, every constituency in Malawi should have its own court. I think that can help us a lot to fasten our judicial system here in Malawi.
Okay, so what excites you the most about the future of law? And what are your biggest concerns since we are in the world of technology?
My biggest concern, as I've already said, is the issue of raceness and the issues of plagiarism, copying someone's work, because of technology. Previously, people couldn't do that because there was no way to do that. But now people are just copying someone's work, present them to court, which is not good. What excites me most about the legal profession is that people are now knowing the law. The fact is that people are now knowing the law. Even a layman will tell you that I have the right to this, I have the right to this. So that is what is exciting me more about this profession, that people now know the law, people are able to know their rights, people are able to react in a right way, and people know where to go whenever they have legal issues, which makes me so excited and which makes me more happy.
So as we're about to conclude, if you could give one piece of advice to aspiring lawyers about the future of law, what would it be?
That's okay. I'll advise them to pursue law. Law is nice and law is good. You know a lot of things. You get a lot of knowledge because of law. So I would encourage them to say, go and study law wherever you can. Go and study law, and become the legal practitioner of this nation. Malawi is waiting for you. Malawi is waiting for you to save it. And the fact is, law is one of those good paying professions. So yeah, who doesn't need money? Everybody needs money. Come and join the legal profession.
Okay, thank you so much for your time and for agreeing to.
Thank you so much. I appreciate.
Thank you. And that brings us to the end of this fascinating discussion on the future of law. It's clear that as society and technology continue to evolve, the legal system must adapt in ways that ensure justice stays relevant and accessible. I hope this conversation has given you some food for thought about the challenges and opportunities ahead. As always, thank you for tuning in The Mix with Nene. Stay informed, stay curious, and we'll catch you next time.